Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. With this being my first video of 2026, I thought it was appropriate that I take this time to get everything organized and functional. I don't know about you guys, but the new year has got me thinking about how I can make basically my life function better, and specifically my home.
So I've done a lot of projects in the past to get my home more organized. One thing that I did for this cabinet, I ordered some spice jars off of Amazon and put the labels on them, and then just added them back to the cabinet with a little spice stand so I could see which one I needed whenever I was cooking instead of digging around, and it made it a lot more organized. And I feel like I'm always trying to do things like in my refrigerator, in my pantry, to be more organized with the food. And the biggest project that I did that I think that helped with that was my pantry makeover. This is what the pantry looked like before, the wire shelving, and it just wasn't very intentional. And I designed it to work with how we were going to use it, and I loved this project. Another big organization project was this garage. It was just a disaster. So I did a lot of different things like adding these shelves for my wood, and then also organizing all of my tools so I could find exactly what I needed when I needed it inside my cabinets as well. And it just really helped me to be more organized and find what I needed. Another project that I absolutely loved was my closet. It was just a mess before and not functional at all. And now it just works so much better and it's beautiful. I love the way that this project came out.
One of the biggest areas in our homes that could use organization to make them work well are our kitchens. They tend to hold the most stuff. So I want to go through and really assess how my kitchen is functioning. And just because something has always been a certain way doesn't mean it needs to stay that way. The first thing I want to work on is something that you probably have in your home too, and that is a junk drawer, a catch-all drawer. I don't even know what half of this stuff is. I throw stuff in here, pins and random things, mail. Because I added a lot more storage and function to my laundry room, I'm going to be able to put some more things in there. So I just decided, you know what? We're just gonna do away with this drawer completely. This is going to become the new utensil drawer. This was the previous utensil drawer. All the way over here, we prepare most of our food right around this area, so I don't know why this was ever over here. Again, just because it's always been that way doesn't mean it needs to stay that way. So we're going to move the utensils over to the previous junk drawer over there. So this is the Wolfbox MegaFlow 200 air duster. Don't be fooled by how small this air duster is. It has super high wind speed, so you can get very powerful cleaning. It comes with 3 adjustable air levels, so that's gonna make it multifunctional, so you can use the air duster in lots of different scenarios. And you can customize it even more because it comes with 4 different nozzles. I'm cleaning out the drawers in my kitchen, so I'm gonna use a pretty low setting to get all of those crumbs and things out of the drawer. It also has a flame retardant handle and square bottom, so if you want to use this to help start a fire or extinguish a fire, you're good to go. The air duster is wireless, portable, and handheld. It weighs less than a pound, so it's super easy to carry around. And you can store it pretty much anywhere. You can even keep it in your car. The air duster also comes with a removable battery that you can take out and charge, and you also have the option of 2 batteries. That's gonna double your usage time. This is such a useful tool to have around the house. I mean, the uses for this are absolutely endless. And if you guys are interested in trying out the Wolfbox MegaFlow 200 air duster, I will leave the link for this down in the description below.
I ordered this new utensil holder off of Amazon, and my favorite thing about it is it's adjustable, so it can fit pretty much any drawer. So I just adjusted it to the width of the drawer, added in all of the silverware, and then started adding in some things that I didn't really have enough room for before, but that we use a lot, like these straws, and also some small little gadgets that I don't want to get lost in the other drawers, but I can just reach for them right here, and I can adjust this as needed once I live with this space for a little while, so I can reach for the things that I use the most.
Another space that we can improve is this knife drawer. I had previously made this to hold all the knives, but it's just taking up too much valuable space in my kitchen. So I got a more compact knife holder. We're gonna move that somewhere else, and it's gonna store all of our knives a lot more efficiently and free up this drawer for something else.
I also like to use these wood drawer dividers because it allows me to customize and separate the things that I use in the drawers and make them easier to find. So like right here by the oven, I'm going to add in these oven mitts, and then all of the spoons and spatulas and things like that I use the most, that I find myself reaching for more than the others. And then the drawer right next to it, I'll use another divider, and I'm going to add in the rest of my tools, maybe some of the ones that I don't use quite as much, but that I still definitely want to keep. And the divider keeps it separated and makes things a whole lot easier to find. I also cleaned out some of my dish towels, organized those so they are ready to go. In an effort to not throw all of the random mail and papers onto my countertops, I am going to be using a hanging basket in my laundry room. So I had this little piece of metal that I kind of bent into the shape that I needed it, and I hung that over the top of this false wall that I built in the laundry room. I will leave the links for all of these videos down below if you haven't seen that, but I just got this basket from Target and hung it on that little hook so I can stick all of the mail and the papers in there, and then I'll be able to find it whenever I need it. Hopefully it'll keep it off of the counters and more organized.
Under the sink is another area that I have tried to make function better, but just doesn't. I use this all of the time because this is where I keep all of my cleaning supplies. But also we have the garbage disposal and things down here that are kind of in the way, so it's not a big wide open cabinet. So I need to get creative with the storage in here. You can see that it's just not working. I've tried in the past to add things and it's just not functioning like I want it to. So I think that we can do a little bit better down here.
The first thing that I wanted to do after I cleared everything out was add in this rubber under sink mat. It's just going to catch any liquids or any spills under there and protect the cabinets. And then I added in a couple of these clear acrylic drawers that I already had. I thought that they would be pretty helpful under here and they were a good size. So to store in there, I'm just adding in things that I reach for quite a bit, like these dishwasher pods, and then also some different attachments, different cleaning things that kind of get lost, smaller things that get lost in the rest of the big stuff. And then I'm reusing a couple of those drawers that I had previously to kind of gather even more of the smaller stuff, sponges and rags and different things like that I use for the dishes. I also cleaned out a lot of the products that I wasn't using, and then I made sure to put the things that I use the most toward the front so I can easily grab them whenever I open the cabinet, and it's much more organized and much more functional than before.
The very first project that I did whenever we moved into this house was install these built-ins behind me. While they have been through quite a bit of changes, paint colors and fireplaces and all of that, one thing that hasn't changed is the storage. It's such a good opportunity to put all of the stuff away behind the cabinets where you can't see it and leave the pretty stuff that I want to see up on the shelves. But I do think that it could function better, or there is a way that we could conserve some of the space, and I'll show you how I'm gonna do that. My family likes to play games and do puzzles together. So basically this entire side of the built-ins here is dedicated to that, and it just takes up a lot of space. All of these boxes, they're big and bulky with a lot of dead space inside of them. So to help with this whole situation, I ordered these mesh bags off of Amazon. They have a zipper storage here and they're kind of see-through. So the idea is I'm gonna remove all of the games and I'm gonna make sure that I cut out the cardboard front so I can see what game it is and put it in here, and then all of the game pieces, and then hopefully this will be much flatter, and then I can stack them inside of the shelves. We can just flip through the one that we want without having to have all of the cardboard boxes and all of the dead space inside of them take up so much space in the cabinets.
After opening up this box, you can see how much dead space is actually inside. I just cut off the front of the box so I could see what the game was inside of the mesh pouch. Make sure that you don't forget the directions if you do this project. And then I just added the rest of the cards and the pieces, zipped it up, and it was ready to go. I added these back into my cabinets. They just saved so much space. These are all of the boxes that I'm able to recycle, and this is how the cabinets look now. There's so much more space in them. It was such an easy project to do. Since we're on the topic of organizing, I did want to show you guys how I took down all of my Christmas stuff and how I'm organizing that. I have a bunch of Christmas trees in my house, and I like to store them in these large bags. You can get these off of Amazon for whatever size tree that you have. You just zip them up, and since I do have multiple trees, I do like to make sure that I label each bag, so when I am hauling it down from the attic next year, I can just bring it straight to the room that I know it's going to go in. For the Christmas season, I like to use a lot of greenery, a lot of garlands, a lot of swags, and those Amazon bags are also good for storing all of those because they're flexible. I just zip them all in there together and they're ready to go for the next year. And for the ornaments, I definitely wanted to show you guys these ornament storage bags that I got off of Amazon. And what makes these better than others are the little separate, I guess, drawers, compartments that you can take out and organize. So you can hold them while you're taking the ornaments off of your tree, separate them however you want, put them back into the bigger bag and zip it up. And they are nice and protected and good to go for next year. For the not breakable items that are definitely Christmassy that I'm not going to use throughout the rest of the year, I just store those together in large totes. This process takes a couple of days to kind of take everything down, but I just gather it all together until I am ready to put everything up into the attic and store it away for the next Christmas season.
Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you're feeling inspired to take a look around your home and see what could be functioning better, what could be more organized, just to make your life a little bit easier. I don't know about you guys, but clutter stresses me out when I just have piles of things everywhere and I can't find what I need. So I'm hoping that with all of these updates, everything is going to work better in my home for me and my family throughout the entire year. I will be back very soon with some new videos. I'm really excited about 2026. We're going to do some projects. We're going to do shopping and home decor and hauls. We're going to do thrift flips, a lot of different things. If there's anything specific that you would like to see, let me know down in the comments because I love hearing feedback from you guys. I love when you tell me that you try to project yourself. So if I can help with that in any way, let me know. Thanks so much for being here and I will be back soon. Bye.